Alright. Whew. Hi. Sorry. First things first. Sorry. Super late start. I was, really busy with something. And I didn't expect it to take so long. So, but hey, better later than never, I guess. 44 minutes behind. Definitely the latest I've ever been to my own stream. But again, sorry about that. Alright, well, PGR for today. Here we are. Okay. So real quick, let me just do some of this stuff here. I think I already did a portion of my, yeah, I already did a portion of my dailies yesterday, actually. So the only thing I need to do is just spend my serum. So let me do that real quick. And just as a sort of, let me see, actually. When does Norman reset? Norman resets in 11 days. Okay. I think I might not do Norman for today, so let me change that in the stream title, actually. Change that. So this right here, I'll just go straight into doing Shrouded Requiem here. Save me some time. Put these up. And battle pass stuff. Yep. Boom. Okay. Now, that's everything for daily stuff. And as for weeklies, I already did Clash Reflection, Warzone, and Phantom Pain Cage a while ago. So I'm not going to do those on stream, of course. So I'll just jump straight into doing Shrouded Requiem. First time doing this. I look forward to this. And if it's anything similar to Godfall Revelation in terms of how they tell the story, like we go through each character's little arc or whatever, then perhaps I'll split the streams accordingly like that. But we shall see.
Hang them! Hang the aberrations!
Damn.
The mist must be these damned aberrations doing!
Oh, they showed this off before. Right. It's a bit loud, too.
My, just because we don't fear the mist,
Let me turn it down a
we're
bit.
seen as aberrations.
Hey! What gives you the right to hang people for not being afraid? That's not fair at all!
Talk is cheap. Give them a taste of your might as an aberration.
Quiet. There are voices within the mist.
I hereby declare the charge is against the aberrations. You stand accused of summoning the mist, sending the city into a walking nightmare. Allowing monsters from the mist feed on the sanity of the people, driving them to kill each other. I hereby sentence you. Look! There's something in the mist!
Stay back! Stop!
This is their guidance!
Your fear, desire, greed, joy, all shall be offered to them. They shall guide you as you enter the mist.
Whew, that was close. Thought I'd never taste freedom again.
Time to find the
I see
real
that in the
culprit
back there.
and make them pay.
I see them in the
Let
back.
this malicious world behold what we are.
This farce. ends here.
The source of all sins and fear, too. Death.
I hold a different opinion from the judge. Judgment overturned, sending you to investigate the mist. So, let's get to it then.
Keeping your assistant waiting? How rude. Let's go. Into the mist. And find the truth.
Ooh. Cool. It's so bloodborne. Welcome to the world hidden within the mist. Elena. The truth within the mist remains elusive. Let's begin our investigation. What wish lingers unfulfilled in your heart before you depart? Do you wish to save the world as a hero, or avoid dying in disgrace as a despised aberration? As midnight approaches, the full moon illuminates the lofty clock tower. A public hanging is about to take place there under the gaze of onlookers. The executioners shove the prisoners, bound tightly in iron chains, toward the gallows. Stop pulling my tail, or I'll curse you even in hell. Death is at your doorstep now. That beak of yours won't save you anymore, wretched crow. I'm a raven! A raven! The raven Morrigan curses incessantly while hanging upside down comically on its owner, who merely smiles calmly at the executioner. You're even sending my little raven down with me. How thorough of you. If only I could live a little longer. I would have arranged a proper funeral for you first. You're all so defiant till the end. Hey, what do you think you're doing? It's still up in the air who's going to die first. Before she can finish, the executioner aims his gun at her, having noticed her attempt to break free and not wanting to take any chances. Bloodthirsty Siren furiously raises her hand to attack the executioner, but the chains binding her wrists constrict with an almost magical force before she can make contact, cutting deep, bloody marks into her skin. Pathetic weakling. Of course you'd rely on cheap tricks like these. If you've got real guts, take off these chains and kill me with your own hands. Only after confirming the prisoner poses no risk of escaping does the executioner nervously lower his pistol, then viciously spit on the ground. These enchanted chains were custom made just for freaks like you. Don't bother trying to use those special powers of yours anymore. Behave yourselves. You deserve worse than death, you filth. Swear word. I hope the cursed mist stays the hell away once these freaks are dead. I'm sick of spending every day worried about getting caught in that fog and going mad. The executioner continues muttering irritably as he slips nooses around the necks of the prisoners. Hey, don't you think my noose is a bit too tight, Mr. Executioner? It's rather uncomfortable. Shouldn't someone on their way to hell receive a slightly better treatment? For instance, I ought to enjoy another 100 years of freedom before awaiting the Grim Reaper's warm embrace on a cozy bed. Preach! And they didn't even let me have a proper last meal before we left. I want some millet? Cooked to the right consistency in milk and... Shut up, Morgan. Does your brain only work at a time like this? Oh, come on, I'm about to go to hell. If I don't talk now, what else can I do? When else can I do it? We're all aberrations here. Can't you be a little nicer to me? All of you shut up. Why the swear word? Isn't it execution time yet? I can't stand these freaks anymore. Cold moonlight envelops everything below as the hands on the clock tower gradually inch toward the moment when death descends. Deafening cheers erupt from the crowd below as they watch in anticipation, like waiting for an enthralling theater performance. Hang them! Hang the aberrations! They're not humans! Hang those aberrations from the clock tower till they rot! These damned aberrations aren't afraid of the mist! They must have brought it here! Angry roars flood the space like a tidal wave, crashing over the aberrations as they march toward their demise. People say that aberrations offer their souls to the Archdevil as tribute, receiving supernatural powers in return and becoming their earthly servants. The aberrations summon the mist to manifest the Archdevil's will, allowing humanity's fear and despair to flourish as an offering to their master. The first is known as the Crimson Countess, who walks in the night and spreads terror through darkness. The second is known as the Bloodthirsty Siren, who endlessly thirsts for the vitality and warm blood. The third is known as the Revenant Hunter, who preys on the shadows in the mist and more. The fourth is known as the Silent Undertaker, who leaves nothing but death in the countless paths she trod. And all four servants bow their heads to Grey Raven, their leader. When chaos and fear ripen in the mortal realm, they will summon the Archdevil and usher its descent to Earth. The Executioner approaches you, viciously tightening the noose around your neck. I don't want you hanging there half alive, freak. I'm not doing you in with my own hands. Why didn't those officials send all you freaks here for me to hang at the same time? They have to keep one alive for who knows why. Swear word. Those desk jockeys do nothing but flap their gums all day. What's going on in their noggins? The Executioner glares at the aberrations before him, then angrily spits on the ground. What are you looking at? Why not break free and save your aberration friend if you're so tough? Haha. Though he vents his contempt and disdain boastfully, your icy glare still sends an involuntary shiver down his spine. But unlike your companions, you show no emotional outburst. Your gaze is fixed on the distance, as if something more pressing than death occupies your mind. Your thoughts drift back to the day when you and the other aberrations were sentenced to death. Firmly restrained by enchanted chains, you and the other aberrations stood in the center of the courtroom, while everyone on the bench glared at all of you with cold contempt. Order! Order! I will now announce the verdict. Grey Raven and the aberrations are the primary culprits who brought the mist upon our city. You used it to trigger numerous cases of mental instability, which makes you the source of all evil and terror in our city. I sentence you all to death. You will all hang from the gallows. What evidence do you have to convict us? We never used our abilities to drive people mad or committed any crimes. You deem us criminals just because we don't go mad in the mist? You've just confessed to your crimes. The fact that you do not go mad within the mist proves you are the masterminds who brought it upon us. That is all the evidence we need. At least let us try to prove ourselves. We'll never know the truth if you kill us. You even refuse to explore the mist. You're just abusing your power. But the Grand Inquisitor paid no heed to your pleas, merely waving at the Executioner who had been waiting nearby. The evidence is irrefutable. My verdict is final. Take these aberrations to the clock tower and hang them tonight at the stroke of midnight. Understood. However, a voice from the jury seats suddenly spoke up, momentarily halting the Executioner, who was about to escort all the aberrations out of the courtroom. Oh, Your Honor, on behalf of the Academy, I request that one aberration be spared to serve as our research subject. You want to keep an aberration? Don't you realize that would... Please don't look at me like that. The Academy simply wishes to contribute to the research of the mist. What the leader of the aberration said has sparked some intriguing ideas. We'll keep that one, Elena. According to the record, she was the assistant to the aberration leader. Oh, we'll keep that one, Elena. Okay, that one as in Elena. I thought he was talking to Elena. I believe she could be the breakthrough we need for our research. This will be crucial to the Academy's efforts to uncover the truth about the mist, Your Honor. Faced with the scholar's request, the Grand Inquisitor's expression darkened visibly, but his tone eventually softened. He knew all too well that this arrogant scholar was part of an intricate, unbreakable web of business interests and family relationships connected to the mayor. Request approved. I hope you and your academy don't cause me any trouble. The girl named Alina was quickly dragged away from your group violently. Yet her face did not show the slightest hint of relief at escaping death. Instead, she marched straight up to the Grand Inquisitor with an utterly defiant attitude. Hey, what kind of Grand Inquisitor are you supposed to be? There's nothing fair about this at all. That so-called scholar just spouted some nonsense and you went along with it like his lapdog. We didn't do anything wrong, yet you're treating us all like criminals. Even with Alina's hands bound by the enchanted chains that rendered her incapable of causing any harm, the Grand Inquisitor still revealed a flash of fear toward the aberration in his eyes. He rose from his seat instinctively and took several steps back, his imposing frame nearly tripping over the chair behind him. Then, realizing he was reacting like a startled animal, the Grand Inquisitor strained his posture and furiously slammed his gavel down, bellowing at his subordinates. What are you standing here for? Get this disruptive brat out of my courtroom. You freaks, it's time for your final journey. The executioner shoved you toward the exit of the courtroom, while the scholar ordered his men to detain the spared girl. But in that brief moment of chaos, the girl lunged toward you. Even with her hands still bound, she still pressed close to you as if to say her final goodbye. Miss Benny, don't forget to wait for me. What are you doing? Get back! Faced with the unexpected turn of events, the executioner's expression suddenly darkened. As if unwilling to let go, Alina brushed her fingers against your clothes, clutching desperately at the ribbon on your coat. We spared your life and you're still causing trouble? Do you have a death wish? The executioner's rage intensified as he violently shoved the girl away. Finally dragged away from you, she continued to grip tightly the ornament she had just torn from your coat, seemingly keeping it as a final memento. As the executioner shoved you out of the courtroom, you silently turned back for one last look at the girl remaining behind. Live on, for both of us. But Alina simply beamed with her usual radiant smile, treating this as a brief separation before an imminent reunion. Promise me you won't forget to wait for me, Usbeni. Eventually, the executioner's harsh rebuke snaps you out of your memories, dragging you back to the present. You're quite the tough one, aren't you? Not even a single word of repentance before your death. Clang, clang, clang. With the tolling of the bells, the crowd that has been waiting below the clock tower can finally witness the grand execution of the aberrations. The execution commences. I'll start with this lunatic named Usabeni. Why me? The executioner, no longer able to contain his rage, approaches you and raises his sharpened axe, preparing to strike the trap door beneath your feet. You've all been deceived. We weren't the ones who brought the mist. Lunatic. Save your last breath. The executioner sneers, gripping his axe tightly. Meanwhile, an eerie metallic sound rises. The enchanted chains on all of you are emitting an uncanny resonance, seemingly sensing some unknown power. Something in the darkness seems to be drawn to the aberrations, approaching like a shark to blood in the ocean. Everyone feels a bone-chilling coldness beginning to descend silently upon them. Fog rises, arriving before your death. Thick mist envelops the clock tower, obscuring everyone's vision like a formless curtain. Ah, there's something in the fog. Something big is coming. Hurry, let us go or else... Swear word. I should have killed you all sooner. Die! The executioner puts all his strength into swinging the axe down toward your feet, but his raised motion suddenly freezes mid-strike, as if he had been turned to ice. Like being controlled by an invisible force, the executioner turns around mechanically like a marionette, his eyes hollow. They are coming. The executioner mutters incomprehensibly before collapsing weakly to his knees. Meanwhile, frantic shouting erupts from beneath the clock tower. The mist! The mist is here! There's something in there. Something is in the mist. The flowing, dense mist descends silently, slowly enveloping the clock tower like the Grim Reaper's cloak. A figure slowly materializes within the mist amid screams of terror. Though its form and face appear humanoid, it hovers like a ghostly damn it, how do you pronounce this one? Apparition? Yeah, apparition, sorry. I tried saying it, I almost said aberration. Apparition. An invisible pressure looms over the crowd as indescribable terror instantly grips everyone's minds. The figure doesn't speak, yet a chilling voice penetrates everyone's mind like a blade, slowly cutting away at their sanity. That voice is definitely not human. Apostle of the Archdevil, I am their herald. You shall welcome their return on this day and become their children. This is the proof of my devotion to them. The executioner mumbles nonsense robotically, seemingly begging the apostle of the Archdevil to punish him. The apostle waves, and eerie shadows advance through the mist, silently closing in on the uncautious executioner like bloodthirsty sharks. Tentacles extend from the shadows, coiling around his neck before plunging deep into his throat, greedily devouring the essence of reason and soul within him. The executioner's delirious ramblings fade, transforming into the choked gurgles of a dying man. Soon, the human's voice vanishes completely, leaving only the faint slithering of monstrous tentacles as they constrict the body. Finally, the unsated tentacles release the corpse, prowling through the mist in search of their next prey. The crowd, paralyzed by the apostle's overwhelming presence, finally explodes into desperate screams. "Ah! The Archdevil! Stay back! I don't want to die! Ah!" There is no escape from the mist. Formless terror materializes into poisonous vines, boring into every mind and stirring the most primitive fears from the depths of their souls. The desperate pleas for help gradually transform into strange, delirious chants. I see their relic here. Right here. Swallow the relic. Become their children. The last vestige of human sanity is stripped from their minds. Then, disturbing sounds of gnawing and swallowing emerge from the mist. Brain matter. Eyeballs. Home. Ah, the taste. This is their command. A feast suddenly erupts within the crowd. Those hunted by strange shadows in the mist transform into deranged hunters pursuing their own kind. No one remembers the execution that was meant to happen at the stroke of midnight anymore. Their hatred for the aberrations has transformed into a madness that now spreads among one another. The deathly pale fog is gradually filled with a crimson flow of human blood. Screams rise and fall, weaving a tapestry of fear and despair, yet a disturbing undercurrent of maniacal joy and desire lurks within this cacophony. The Archdevil's servant watches from above as the host of the feast, savoring the spectacle unfolding below. Your fear, desire, greed, joy, all shall be offered to them. They shall guide you as you enter the mist. As the apostle speaks, more shadowy figures emerge from the mist and surround the panicking crowd. Each tentacle of these apparitions emanates a hunger for human sanity and souls. After savoring the executioner's fear, the shadows wrap their tentacles around nearby civilians. Ah! Let me go! Don't eat me! Rarg. But another calm voice emerges. Like fresh blood suddenly appearing in the deep ocean, it instantly draws the attention of the bloodthirsty sharks. Those people are not your prey. Come for me instead. The moment your voice rings out, the tentacles of countless shadow creatures falter for an instant. And the apostle of the archdevil finally turns his inhuman, chilling gaze towards you. You stand resolute within the mist, seemingly untouched by the terrors that spawn from its depths. Despite still having a noose around your neck, you fearlessly speak up for the people who tie it around your neck. The apostle's fingers twitch slightly, and the enchanted chains that have been binding you vanish like a miracle, as if being removed by an unseen force. Interesting specimen. You too should become part of them. The power you stole from their divine form must be rightfully returned as tribute. Everything you are belongs to the mist. The shadows in the mist close in with alarming speed, but you, a mere human, respond with action rather than words under the apostle's contemptuous gaze. Die! Now free from the noose, you dodge swiftly while your hand seizes the dead executioner's weapon in one fluid motion. The bullet bursts from the chamber, striking the apostle squarely between the eyes, and a spray of crimson gushes out. But your attack only causes a slight twitch in his placid expression. The bloody wound pulses briefly before instantly sealing shut, leaving no trace behind. Pathetic mortal. Your defiance fails to provoke even the slightest reaction from him. Bullets sever the majority of the incoming tentacles, causing them to narrowly graze past you. Seemingly intrigued by your unexpected defiance, the apostle of the archdevil displays something resembling a human smile on his face. The severed tentacles behind you rapidly regenerate under his influence, attacking you again with frightening agility. With a sickening wet sound, multiple tentacles impale your limbs simultaneously, sending blood spraying in all directions. Yet you do not cry out in agony or beg for mercy. Instead, you grip tightly onto the very tentacles piercing through you. This exquisite agony of hovering at death's threshold is what you can offer them. The tentacles impaling your limbs burrow deeper, twisting slowly as if trying to stir terror from the depths of your mind. But you remain unresponsive, maintaining your stance with eyes tightly shut, as if attempting to read something through this macabre connection binding you together. Then, suddenly, you open your eyes with unwavering determination in your gaze. It's as if everything that just transpired was all part of your meticulously crafted plan. In that instant, the apostle senses something unexpected through the tentacles. A reversed pulse of power emanates from within you. Mortal, you dare peer into a deity's will. What I read from you are just shameful, secretive thoughts. They are living, breathing people, not your specimens. And certainly not offerings for your mass on the apostle, and awaken some mysterious power that has long lain dormant within you at the cost of your own flesh and blood. The light emanating from within you takes form in the mist, weaving into interconnected threads like a key that unlocks unknown power. Now! You pull the trigger again, but your target isn't the apostle before you. Instead, you aim at the enchanted chains binding the condemned prisoners on the gallows. The moment the chains shatter, the amorphous, faintly glowing threads surge toward them from your palm. Aberrations rejected by the world. Lend me your strength. You are no longer alone in the mist. Your voice rings out like a war horn in the darkness, declaring your will to fight. In an instant, threads extend from your palm, reaching out to connect with the four figures. The moment they answer your call, you feel a surge of power unlike anything you've ever experienced. Phew, I was about to suffocate. I might as well hack and slash the monsters first before I go enjoy my freedom. None of you are getting away. Taste the wrath of someone who just escaped death's door. The newly freed Revenant Hunter propels forward, swinging his massive sword to cleave through the apostle lurking in the mist. Nervatia, enemies behind you. Don't say I didn't warn you. The raven spreads its wings and soars past his master, his sharp talons lashing out at his surging tentacle. Meanwhile, the silent Undertaker tightens her grip on her massive scythe, swinging at the numerous shadows. Seems like some of them need an undertaker like me to send them on their way after all. The death knell shall toll for you wretched creatures. Faced with the fierce attacks from the Revenant Hunter and the silent Undertaker, the shadowy figures in the mist falter for a moment, as if intimidated by the duo. Moments later, all the shadow creatures turn and converge on you instead, seeking to devour what appears to be a fragile human figure. Right then, a figure wielding a katana leaps down from the clock tower. The shadows dissipate under the gleam of her blade, while cut-up tentacles rain down like rainfall. Stay away! The Crimson Countess has already broken through the swarm of shadow creatures and reached your side. In a flash, she severs the tentacles piercing through your limbs with her blade. Your body, now freed from the Apostle's clutches, plummets rapidly toward the ground below. Your turn now, bloodthirsty siren! Hearing this, the bloodthirsty siren instantly unfurls her wings, leaping upward and rushing toward you. Isabelle, take my hand! Her wings cut through the wind as she lifts you up, sweeping into the thick fog and vanishing from sight in an instant. As if appreciating the dramatic twists of a stage play, the Apostle pays no attention to his severed tentacles. Instead, he gazes toward where you vanished, displaying a look of genuine appreciation. Motivation based on emotions. Fascinating. Nevertheless, the offering that belongs to them will inevitably return under their dominion. More and more shadow creatures spawn from the thick fog at the Apostle's command, forming a writhing web that searches through the mist in the direction of your escape. But at that very moment, a familiar beam of light pierces through the Apostle's chest from behind. The shot comes from you, having leapt down from above, concealed by the thick fog. The shapeless threads from your palm gather and take shape, piercing the Apostle's body. The light from your palm grows brighter, continuously flowing into his body. The movements of his many tentacles begin to slow and grow sluggish. You continue to channel the power within your body, focusing it into your palm. Even as bloody foam spills from your mouth, you show no hint of backing down. Now! You gather all your strength, turning your will into a weapon, and the light in your palm pierces through the Apostle's body. In perfect unison, all your companions by your side raise their weapons against the enemy. How dare you use their power to fight them? Just as you are about to deliver the crucial strike, you feel the Apostle retaliating with a forceful burst. Your will has failed to win fate's favor, and the scale of victory tips toward evil. In an instant, thick fog bursts forth from the clock tower, surging through the entire city like a raging tide. Waves of anguished cries begin to rise and fall in the distant fog. The clock tower bells toll once more. It no longer just heralds the death of your group, but tolls the death knell for the entire city. With each ring, desperate laments rise from all corners of the city. Cannot be blocked by human flesh, the mist slowly spreads to every part of the city. Those who once demanded your executions angrily have now sunk into profound despair and grief. The city has betrayed its true heroes. Shrouded Requiem from Multiversal Chronicles. What a start. Everything seems to vanish in the fog, and memories begin flowing into your mind piece by piece. You stroll through the familiar city streets at a time before the mist descended and you are branded as an aberration on the gallows. Everyone smiles warmly at you as you pass by. Excuse me. Grey Raven. What a great name. Hey, Grey Raven. Let's grab a drink together when you're free. Of course. Walking deeper into the fog, you gradually see the gallows looming ahead. You and your companions are about to be sent to the gallows, branded as damned aberrations. Hang them! Hang the aberrations! Though these damned aberrations aren't afraid of the mist. It must have brought it here. A lonely girl lies in a dark laboratory. Sorry. Her body covered in wounds, yet her face still bears a defiant, unyielding smile. She musters what little strength remains to prop herself up and reach out toward you. I've been waiting for you, Usabeni. It's so dark and cold here. There's so many times I thought I couldn't hold on any longer. But whenever I was about to give up, I kept thinking that I still wanted to see you again. So, we finally meet again, Usabeni. Don't be afraid. Wait for me. The fog grows thicker, obscuring the young woman's face. Only the legends of the mist remain. Echoing in your mind. Sorry. It's been a long day. For half of the day I was out. So busy with other things. Now I'm feeling that fatigue. One day, the archdevil sowed the mist, and it descended upon the mortal world. All who wander into the mist hear the archdevil's whispers. Those who heed their whispers fall into madness. There's going to be a lot more yawns coming my way. It seems there are still many truths beyond our reach. Use your keen senses and investigate thoroughly. The gas lamps on the streets have long gone out. Only the massive full moon casts an eerie cold glow over the city streets. Strange laughter occasionally echoes through the streets in the dead of night. It will arrive among us to devour everything in this mortal world. Time is up. We must open the door to welcome their arrival. I've seen it. I've seen where they dwell. It's the chariot to their temple. Take me with you. Take me with you. The madman dances at the roadside, his face contorted, his shrill laughter piercing the air as he prances past the officer with wild, flailing limbs. Damn it, another one's lost his mind. The officer curses under his breath, silently praying that the mist won't spread to this area so soon. The last thing he wants is to end up a raving lunatic like that man. He's just one unlucky bastard among many officers deployed in full force tonight, all to capture those aberrations who escaped from the gallows. How are we supposed to find them in a city this big? The officer scours the streets, scrutinizing everything out of place while muttering words of encouragement to himself. Up ahead, a shadowy gray figure flickers dimly into view at the street corner. Under the blinking gaslight, a severely wounded figure seemingly lies collapsed on the ground. Over there. The officer inches cautiously toward the gray figure, raising his gun and taking aim. Don't move! The figure at gunpoint offers no response, but the officer feels something ice cold pressed against his neck as a voice speaks up from behind him. Only then does the officer realize that the gray figure is nothing more than a gray cloak used as bait. Drop your weapon. You emerge from behind your katana-wielding companion and approach the disarmed officer. Where is the aberration who wasn't sent to the gallows? The officer understands what you're getting at, but his sense of duty compels him to stay quiet. I don't know. The officer's defiance doesn't last long as a demonic figure steps out from the darkness. The siren, wings sprouting from her back, approaches him, her eyes filled with cold indifference. What are you trying to do? Ah! My leg! It's going to break. If you don't talk, I'll break your hands next. And then your neck. The officer can feel the tremendous force of the talons of bloodthirsty siren closing in. Even you can hear his bones beginning to crack under the pressure. Please, stop. I really don't know. I only saw some strange folks taking her to the city hall. I saw a carriage leaving there later, probably taking away that No. I mean your friend. But I really don't know where they took her. These are above my pay grade. Only the bigwigs at City Hall would know the details. I've told you everything I know. While you and your companions interrogate the officer, research on the so-called aberration proceeds rapidly in another part of the city. Gas lamps provide the only light source in this basement-turned-secret laboratory. Without the light outside, the scholars engaged in their tests almost forget what time it is. The harsh, bright lights illuminate the impatient gazes of the scholars, all fixed upon the young woman at the center of the laboratory. To prevent her from using her aberration powers, she is firmly bound to the chair with the enchanted chains. Since you were the assistant of the Usabeni, you should make a fine assistant for us as well. Now talk. Tell us everything you know about the mist. How exactly did you summon the strange fog? Dark magic? Gadgets? Or something we don't know about? Don't think playing dumb will save you. We have plenty of ways to handle people like you. Yet the young woman shows no concern even when facing such intense interrogation. On the contrary, the intimidating scholars seem to have ignited her will to fight back, and she smiles mischievously. I don't know. I can't remember anything at all. Oh my, you can't blame me for that. Your mind goes blank when you're under too much pressure, you know? Look at me, sitting here so uncomfortably with all of you staring at me. How can I not be under enormous pressure? The young woman pouts her lips and fidgets slightly in her seat, seemingly pondering intently, while actually trying to ease the discomfort caused by the enchanted chains. Stop playing games. Playing amnesiac again? This isn't a psychiatric ward. We don't treat memory loss here. Enough. Is this how you conduct research here? If this kind of interrogation actually worked, what's the point of all those instruments and drawings in the laboratory? Their argument is suddenly interrupted by the sound of the door opening. The scholar's leader stands outside watching the scene with evident displeasure. Is the Academy only capable of producing senior scholars who are all talk? Put her in that iron cage over there and take her outside. It's time to verify her relationship with the mist. After the verification is complete, I want pure, definitive results about that power of hers, whether it comes from her blood, heart, or somewhere else entirely. And I want more than just your long-winded, worthless research reports. Understood? Understood. I'll return in 3 days. If you're still having a little heart-to-heart with her instead of delivering actual results, then I'll find a more competent team of scholars to take over your work. And don't think of this as me pressuring you. The mayor is even more eager than I am to see this experiment succeed. The lead scholar drops these clear, cold instructions before he leaves, proclaiming a fate far crueler than the gallows awaits the girl. The scholar's collective malice descends upon the girl like a predator. All right, stop standing around. Time to get to work. Keep playing amnesiac all you want. Doesn't matter if you won't come clean. We'll just throw you into the mist and see what happens. Wait. Whoa. Even though I have amnesia, I might probably still remember something. Seeing how the situation has turned, the girl protests like a cat whose tail has been stepped on, but the scholars waiting for her confession aren't buying it anymore. Save it. No one's interested in your worthless confession anymore. Why are you still talking to her? Come give us a hand already. The other two scholars, busy preparing the test equipment, grumble irritably. I'm coming. Make sure you don't release the enchanted charms when you throw her outside. Suddenly, the girl looks around in terror, as if she is hearing something strange. Wait, did you hear that? Over there. Right there. Something's... Oh no, the monsters. Stay away! She curls in fear, as if genuinely seeing something horrifying in the darkness behind the scholars. The scholar standing before her instinctively turns to look behind him, but before he can make out anything, a heavy blow strikes the back of his head. Ugh. Completely defenseless scholar takes a heavy blow to the back of his head and collapses. Before the other two scholars can react to this unexpected turn of events, a nimble figure swiftly closes in on them. Elena, who was bound until just now, surprisingly stands up from her chair, having regained her freedom. Before they can even process how she managed to free herself from the enchanted chains, she uses her power to knock them unconscious. A little restraint like this isn't going to keep me down. The girl smiles playfully as she slips a small object she has been concealing in her palm back into her pocket. During the chaos in the courtroom, she used the opportunity of hugging you to tear off a small object from the trim of your coat. A gray, wing-shaped metal ornament has become the perfect tool for her escape. I was lying. There's nothing over there. How ridiculously easy to take care of them. Not even a shred of caution in their heads, and they call themselves scholars. Well, then I'll just take the key out of here as a little souvenir. Ta-da! Ta-da! Ta-ta! Girl bends down and rummages through the unconscious scholar's pockets until she finds the laboratory key. The freedom reclaimed, the girl's nimble figure vanishes beyond the doorway. It is approaching midnight. Wisps of fog still linger through the streets. Clang, clang, clang. The midnight bells toll, sounding the death knell for you and your companions. The evidence is irrefutable. My verdict is final. Take these aberrations to the clock tower and hang them tonight at the stroke of midnight. You freaks, it's time for your final journey. Miss Benny. The girl's expression shifts to an indescribable sadness as she stares blankly into the swirling mist. But this brief moment of sorrow doesn't last long. She breaks into a sprint, rushing toward the clock tower. Meanwhile, a strange occurrence begins to spread in the laboratory she just left behind. An unknown, eerie presence seems to have detected traces of her recent existence, silently approaching the space. The scholars knocked down by Elena gradually regain consciousness from their stunned state. Damn it. My head's killing me. Brat. How dare she? The gas lamps above the scholars begin to flicker ominously before extinguishing one by one, and darkness approaches from afar. In the dark, a faint unearthly sound draws ever closer. An invisible, frigid pressure announces the presence of something not of this world. Blah, blah, blah. Where? Blah, blah, blah. You. Where are you? You should not exist. Erase. Destroy. The eerie voice wanders through the darkness, searching in vain for the girl they consider their rightful prey. Dissatisfied, they continue to spread their invisible, chilling terror throughout the darkness. The newly awakened scholar feels a strange, shapeless force closing around his throat. Away from the light, the scholar's sanity and health silently deplete. Eventually, all sounds and horrors vanish from this place, completely swallowed by the impenetrable darkness. Seeking in the mist. After escaping the gallows, you find more pressing matters await you than your own survival. You'll need to accept an investigation mission before setting out. Decide whether to accept based on the mission's resource requirements and rewards. Resources to complete them faster and earn rewards. Okay. Just give me a moment. I'm going to... Because I'm actually... Because of how much I did earlier today. That fatigue, that drowsiness is starting to hit me now. But what I'm going to do real quick is go to the washroom, splash my face with some like cold water. Maybe it'll wake me up. So I'll be right back. Okay. Back. Hopefully, that allowed me to be more awake here after splashing some cold water on my face. But we shall see. If there's ever a moment where I go silent for like more than like 10 seconds or whatever, then I might have accidentally dozed off. Alright. Choose missions that require the same resources to complete them faster and earn rewards. Okay. Once you've accepted the required number of missions, begin investigating. I have to obtain these. Sealed Omen, which is the blue. Scarlet Vision is the red. Abyssal Secret. Do Phantom and Fog, I guess. Oh, I get to pick two. Stranger in the Cold. Sure. In this labyrinth, you'll encounter various strange events while exploring the city's streets, each requiring you to make a decision. Swipe the cards left or right to make your choices and obtain mission materials. When obtaining materials, all missions requiring that material progress simultaneously. Okay, the theater box is empty. Programs covered in bloody handprints are scattered on the floor. Okay. I don't know which way to go for here. Let's go. Pick up a program or don't touch it. Picking up one gives you blue. Oh, picking up gives me blue and red, but this one just gives me blue. Let's pick it up. These strange events may affect your sanity. Always monitor your current mental state. When sanity is too low, you may receive dangerous debuffs. Tap here for more details. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. When sanity reaches 0, you lose 1 vitality. When vitality reaches 0, investigation fails. Okay. Ballroom of the Noble Manor stands empty. All that remains is a stain-covered guest register that has been sealed tight. This gives me 1 in blue. This one gives a lot. Read the register. My sanity is going down. The statue in the church has developed massive cracks. Within them, a scroll and some rusted coins are barely visible. Read the scroll. My sanity... Oh god, it's Haynes. A gray-bearded pharmacist tries to sell you eye drops that supposedly let you see the truth. Shake your head, refuse. When you complete all accepted missions, you can take on newer missions. Before each floor's final battle, incomplete missions will be forcibly settled, granting ancient coins based on completion progress. Perfectly done. Oh, mission rewards. Enemies fighting will reduced skill damage. Pick those two. One of these is a key. Spectral artifact. In Night Shroud Tales, you'll also encounter various tale events. You can only uncover the truth behind them after multiple decisions. Even under the cover of night, moving through the city as a group of aberrations is still extremely dangerous. Continue. Just then, the faint sound of a carriage drifts in from a distant street corner. Whoa. The coachman's face is hidden beneath the canopy's shadow. Without a word, he gestures for you to get in. This will definitely lower my sanity if I do this. Let's shake my head. I recovered sanity too. Your footsteps echo through the street. In the dark, it's hard to tell where you're going, and it feels as though you have been walking the same path over and over. Continue. Farther down the street, you see the same carriage again. Remain silent. Oh, that hits me in the sanity. In the faint moonlight, you see his head twitch strangely. Then it jerks again, even harder than before. Tighten your grip on the gun. Aim at him. This one gives me the spectral artifacts and those seals. I feel like if I do this, I'll lose my sanity. No. No, I won't. There we go. Because I'm confronting him. I'm not running away into the darkness. Why would I lose sanity if I confront him? A foul smell rises from the coachman, thick with the stench of blood and flesh mixed with the cold stink of sewage. Continue. Callous tentacles extend from his neck, and at their ends hangs his swaying head, still wearing a smile. Battle. More health, and we get a hyper sequence. I believe the battles are like pretty much what Godfall Revelation was, where it's just auto battler. Let's see what it looks like. Ooh. Oh yeah, definitely. We can speed it up. He's got special animations at least. Oh, that's interesting. Oh wow, it has the... Okay, that's different though. It has this whole initiative thing to tell you who gets to go first in the fight. Or whoever gets to do it. Oh, that's interesting. Well, there's a lot more to the idol stuff here though, compared to the Godfall Revelation one. Now, in order to cast her skills, it looks like you had to get through this. Initiative bonus. Congratulations on your victory with your perceptive eye. You surely noticed the dice roll during battle. Yeah, what is this? D&D? At the start of battle, both sides make a random check based on their initiative. It really is D&D. Dungeons and Dragons. The winner gains first strike and attacks first. And that's how initiative works, yeah. The defending side accumulates hyper sequence based on their hyper sequence stat. At max sequence, a counter check is initiated. Counter check. If the counter succeeds, first strike can be seized. Increase your attack opportunities, reduce the enemies to gain the upper hand in battle. Okay. So overall, the whole idol battler thing, still pretty much that. But how they go about the battles is different compared to Godfall Revelation. Interesting. Also, these are all the rewards. Interesting stuff. Okay. Continue. Oh, I didn't get to finish these. Rip. Intel space. Spend ancient coins, purchasing skills and relics. 4 types: active skills, trigger skills, parry skills, counter skills. Each type must be placed in its matching slot. You get to have only one of each of those. Special slots can be equipped with trigger skills, parry skills, and counters. Okay. Okay. Matching sigils. Oh, and they highlight the matching sigils as well. And we're playing as Veronica. Ignite. Yeah, that checks out for Veronica, too. And you can freeze them just like you can in Godfall Revelation. This one gives you more initiative. This one's more health and sequence. Let's get the burn stuff. I'll freeze these too. Fighting Will is the fire icon. If it's more than 120. I don't have 120 Fighting Will. None of these give me that. Plus I don't need to freeze these. I can just purchase them outright. Okay. There's a guard posted at the City Hall entrance. Let's defeat him. Automated combat mode. Need to prepare in advance. Gotcha. I know there are people who don't. who really dislike this because it's auto battle, but I'll be real with you, man. This is my own personal feelings on it. I'm fully okay with the whole auto battler thing because sometimes I start to feel that repetition when it comes to the combat in this game. Sometimes it's nice to just take a break from it, for me at least. But just sitting here, letting them do the battle themselves, while I get to focus more onto the story of this game mode, I'm perfectly okay with it. Hard mode, huh? I get more dossier out of this. I wonder how much harder this will be, though. Failure penalty, I lose 1 health. Well, it's not like I have super low sanity. I can give... Wait, actually, no. In hard mode. Ah, he just has a lot more health. I think I can handle it. Try hard mode. Exhaustion. There's stamina on this too. Exhaustion, they get to have free hits on you. There we go. That's interesting. In the lavishly decorated city hall, the ashen-faced mayor sits at the table in the council chamber, silently glaring at Sheriff Shorthalt for what seems like an eternity. Sheriff Shorthalt! How much you want to bet he's gonna die in this? Anxiety hangs over the mayor like a storm cloud. Nothing but bad news has reached his ears since he signed the order to execute the aberrations. Whether it's the aberrations escaping the gallows or the continued silence from the Academy regarding any breakthroughs in their research. Right now, the mayor opts for the most straightforward approach to unleash the frustration that has been festering within him. These good-for-nothing buffoons under your command still haven't captured those damn fugitives after all this time. You let them escape from the gallows. They could be sauntering out of the city right now for all we know, ready to summon more fog and drive us all mad. There he is. The fog in the city is too thick. Anyone who stays in it too long goes insane. I've already sent out search parties, but they can't possibly enter the mist. They can only focus on areas that haven't been consumed by it yet. No one can find them at a time like this. We have to wait until the fog clears before. Fine. I get it now. You and your underlings are nothing but useless parasites collecting paychecks while doing nothing. You are thieves stealing from the treasury. I should send you and your men to the gallows too, Sheriff Shorthalt. Take your men and bring them in now. I want Usabeni and those aberration freaks now. Sheriff Shorthalt hesitates for a moment before ultimately deciding to say nothing, leaving and closing the door behind him. Behind him, the mayor, still consumed by rage, hurls a cup forcefully at the door, bringing the conversation to an end. A long time has passed since Shorthalt left, but the mayor's anger hasn't subsided in the slightest. He continues to pace fanatically alone in the council chamber. These damned aberrations! Once these freaks are captured, I'll set up the gallows right in the city hall lobby. I want to watch each of them choke with my own eyes. And those scholars who bury themselves in the labs all day. I left them an aberration and they still can't figure out what's causing the damn fog after all this time. The mayor opens the door to the council chamber, cursing under his breath, ready to continue his pacing in the hallway. However, the moment his hand touches the doorknob, the entire door is violently torn from its hinges. The first thing that catches his eye is the gun in your hand. Then come the silhouettes of 4 aberrations behind you. The aberrations are here! Someone, come and lock them up! But the mayor's shouts only reverberate through the empty council chamber. There is no response save the echo of his own voice. Only now does the mayor realize that he has sent away all the officers who would have guarded this place. And that was dumb of you. He sent Sheriff Shorthalt and all his officers to capture the aberrations in the fog. never imagining the aberrations would exploit his biggest oversight, himself, left alone in the city hall. You fugitives! I know, you know why we're here. I have no interest in killing you. Hand over my companion. Ha! I'm not that stupid. I'm well aware of the trump card I hold. If I release your friend, you will just walk away into the mist. I refuse to just sit here and wait until I die. If you're not interested in discussing with me, then let's send you outside to cool off a bit. You stop talking, only exchanging a meaningful look at your companions nearby. You're right. It's so stuffy in here. We could all use some fresh air outside. Right this way, Mr. Mayor. I enjoyed the refreshing breeze on my way here. Now it's your turn to experience it for yourself. The Revenant Hunter pushes open the council chamber's glass window with one hand, then grabs the mayor by his collar and forces his head outside. No! The mayor's body dangles from the windowsill in a comically awkward position, his head firmly in the grip of the Revenant Hunter and completely exposed to the outside. Beyond the window, mist flows through the darkness, obscuring the night-cloaked city. Shadowy figures lurking in the fog keenly sense the presence of human sanity, slowly drifting closer. Pull me back in! I'll do anything you... Oh, really? But I don't think you sound sincere enough. Sharp, monstrous tentacles creep closer and closer to the terrified mayor. The swift slash. A massive scythe severs the tentacles, lunging toward the mayor. Simultaneously, the Revenant Hunter yanks the mayor back inside and slams him violently onto the floor. After the brief excitement, you walk back toward the ashen-faced mayor. Now that you're calm, let's have a proper conversation. I believe you understand how to behave now. I can release your companion, but you must agree to one condition of mine. How absurd. First you label us as aberrations who brought the mist, then order us hanged. Now you have the audacity to make demands of us. Putting a hole in your head should help clear your mind a bit. All your companions look nonchalant. Quiet. Let him finish. The mayor straightens up, adjusting his collar first thing. Even when he just escaped to death at the hands of these aberrations, he still slips back into his well-practiced politician persona. Completely setting aside his previous anger and agitation, he now fully concentrates on a negotiation that he cannot afford to bungle. Tell me what you want. Money? Glory? Something else? Everything is negotiable. We are not some bounty hunters you can buy off. And it's certainly not you who can bestow us glory. Let's get back to the matter at hand. Where is my companion? Very well. Not that our negotiation has an immovable price point, we can proceed more productively. I will release your companion and revoke your death sentences as the foundation of our productive partnership. Don't delude yourself about any partnership between us. We made our demands clear once, only to have them ignored. You all mindlessly chose fear instead of the truth. Upon hearing your words, the mayor's eyes light up, seizing this opening for negotiation, like grasping at straws. That's exactly what I was saying. From now on, you'll no longer be aberrations, but detectives authorized to research the mist. How about that, detectives? Give my proposal some serious thought. You have proven how much you care about your companions. Why not give them all a chance to clear their names? But your companions have not taken the mayor's bait. Instead, their actions speak louder than words. This guy spouts a mountain of crap, and it's all just hot air. I'm fuming listening to this nonsense. Nervatia, why haven't you put a gaping hole in this guy's head with your scythe yet? We think alike, Morgan. Hey. I should be the one who does it. I'm clearly the most pissed off person here, aren't I? You simply raise a hand, stopping the farce before it fully unfolds. and turn your attention back to the mayor. This isn't about the pardons, nor the empty titles. Our crimes aren't yours to declare or dismiss as you please. The mayor's carefully maintained composure begins to crumble in the face of your response. Think it through carefully. If you don't make this deal, your companion will never return to your side. Remember, I'm the only one who decides whether she lives or dies. I told you I won't accept any form of coercion. I only care about this city, where my companions and I live. I'll be the detective, but I'll do things my way. We'll find out whether we did bring the mist here. Whatever brought it here, I'll find out with my friends. Then, I'll restore this home properly for them. Now, hand her over, so we can do what needs to be done. Your words carry no emotion. Why is this on? Wait, oh, what the hell? Why is this on? Wait, why is this on? Why is it highlighted? Where was it? Rather than a simple acceptance of an agreement built on injustice, they are the pure expression of your convictions. Deal. The mayor struggles to maintain what little dignity he has left, extending a hand toward you. But you don't react to a handshake steeped in hypocrisy and self-interest. Why is this going auto mode? Wait, why is this automatically on? Why is this on? Wait, why is auto mode randomly on? I didn't turn this on. What the heck? Why is this on? No, why is this on? I can't turn it off. What the heck? I actually just can't turn it off. Wait, why is this on? I don't get it. Wait, no. No, seriously, why is it on? I can't turn it off. Well, I actually can't turn off auto mode for some reason. It's just automatically on. I can't stop it. I genuinely can't stop the auto mode. Why? That's so weird. Why is it on? Must be a bug. Ah, son of a bitch. Because as I'm going through the review thing, like, it's still playing in the background. What the hell? For some reason, it just switched on. Hang on. I'm gonna have to do this. That's annoying. Archive can be saved. Phantom Clash. I'm gonna have to... Hang on. I don't know why that happened. What the heck? Wait. Why does my... Hang on. Something's up with my game. Hang on. I have to go through all this again. Go through this. It's gonna take a while. Yeah, auto mode just randomly switched on and I could not turn it off. It just stayed on. I didn't even press anything either. It just kept going. I didn't do anything. Music audio sounds muffled too. But I didn't even go into any combat stage for it to be muffled. Or maybe that's just how the music is. Okay. Hopefully the auto thing doesn't randomly turn on somehow. Companions have not taken the sounds of my own crap. Yeah. Or convictions. I think this is where I stopped off, or before the auto thing went haywire. Yeah, deal. The mayor struggles to maintain what little dignity he has left, extending a hand towards you, but you don't react to a handshake steeped in hypocrisy and self-interest. Having gotten the answers you came for, you turn and leave the council chamber without so much as a backward glance. The aberrations soon vanish into the night, driven by a clear purpose that cannot wait. Your footfall on the stone pavement echoes through the silent night. The terror from the mist's arrival seems to have drained all courage from the city's inhabitants. No one walks the streets, leaving the entire city shrouded in a deathly silence, as if it has fallen into a deep slumber. As you walk through the city, you seem to enter some kind of eerie, deserted zone. But a shout from behind you suddenly shatters the quietness. Hey, don't move. Put your hands up. Even though she deliberately lowers her voice, that familiar tone instantly strikes a chord in your heart. Surprise and joy intertwine, before giving way to a profound sense of relief that washes over you. Overjoyed at the reunion, you decide not to call out her little prank, instead tacitly playing along with her performance. What if I don't comply? If you don't, then bang! Unable to suppress a smile, you gently raise your hands as instructed. That's more like it. All right, you can turn around now. Turn around. As you turn around, a familiar figure comes into view. A long-awaited reunion just as she promised. The clouds in the night sky part at just the right moment, allowing the high-hanging full moon to illuminate your surroundings and bathe the young woman in silvery light. Elena perches up high, her legs swinging restlessly beneath her. Keeping out a joke, she makes a finger gun and points it at you. Her face bears the same smile as always, as if whatever happened after parting ways with you has not weighed on her mind at all. I spotted you from afar the moment you walked out of the city hall. I was so worried. What if you hadn't managed to escape from the gallows? But if I had shown up before you then, we wouldn't have had this little surprise, would we? You're quite good at keeping your word, Usabeni. Were you getting worried after waiting this long? So, are you going to tell me how you pulled it off? The key, of course, was you. Yeah, something's up with the audio, too. It sounds muffled. Yeah, it sounds muffled. I'll see about getting that fixed shortly. The young woman's smile softens. She drops her finger gun and tosses a small object to you with a flick of her wrist. Catch it. You reach out, and the object traces a graceful arc through the air before landing lightly in your palm. A gray, wing-shaped ornament emits a faint glow in your palm. Looking at it, you smile, having already pieced together everything she must have gone through. You can almost see how she diverted the scholar's attention, then secretly used the ornament as a key to gradually pry open the enchanted chains that bound her. I see. You already had a plan back at the court. Only you could think of using it to unlock the chains and escape. Otherwise, why would I have rushed forward like that? But that's not nearly enough. You still owe me a proper hug, just like this one. The girl leaps down and uses the momentum of her descent to fall into your embrace. Catch her as she falls. After giving you that proper overdue hug, Elena steps back and gazes at you with a radiant smile. I'd never lie to you. I told you to wait for me, so I was always going to find my way back to you. Because I can't remember anything clearly besides you. It's as if everything before the moment I met you is just a blank void. Before I escaped from those scholars today, they accused me of playing amnesiac, but only I know the truth. I really did lose most of my memories. I don't even remember who I was, where I came from, or what I've been through. I've forgotten all of it. Those scholars kept threatening me, demanding that I explain what the mist really is and wanting to know if I was the one who brought it here. I even started to doubt myself, wondering if I had done something terrible in the past before losing all those memories. As she brings up this subject, her previously playful expression fades away, and her voice unconsciously softens. You simply take hold of her fingertips gently and comfortingly. It's okay. We can figure it out together. Whether it's the truth or the mist, or the memories you've lost, we can recover all those things together. Your past doesn't matter. What matters is who you are now. Hello, Ksenia. You've always been my most important assistant. Of course, as your assistant, I'll go anywhere with you, no matter where. After a long silence, she finally smiles again and responds. Even with the truths hidden and the unknowable mist stretching before you, this unwavering determination of yours remains unhindered by any obstacle. The last of your companions has finally returned to your side. Oh, everyone's finally here. Looks like today is a day worth celebrating. Morgan, the raven, takes flight from the shoulders of the silent undertaker, soaring to the young woman who has just returned. You refuse to be truly wicked even when they call you an aberration. Just so you know, I wanted to send that guy to hell several times today. I often wonder if being completely and utterly evil would make me happier. Or perhaps we could try being heroes once in a while. I personally am quite interested in this detective title. The silent undertaker doesn't speak, merely swinging her scythe and striking at the flickering tentacles of the shadowy figure beside you. The shadow creature collapses in a heap, but the tentacles severed by her scythe writhe with frenzied purpose, lunging toward you and hungering for human consciousness. Just as the tentacles are about to touch you, a massive blade smashes down, crushing the writhing appendages into a pool of slime. Ha! Take that. Bullseye. Had I known, I should have delivered that crucial strike at the clock tower. Having finished the kill, the revenant hunter nonchalantly hoists his massive blade back onto his shoulder. Someone seems to care more about basking in glory than uncovering the truth. The katana the Crimson Countess is holding still drips with slime from the monsters she slew in the fog, her cold gaze now piercing into its depths. She moves forward without a word, yet her gaze lingers briefly on Elena when she walks past the young woman. Not far above you, the voice of the bloodthirsty siren carries down, her figure almost melting into the shadows of the eaves, only her unfurled wings barely visible. Quiet. Something's coming. Whispers of the elder god. Meanwhile, faint, ethereal whispers seem to drift through the air from deep within the dense fog. Eerie whispers permeate your consciousness, filling every corner of your mind. Raven. You are the source of the mist. Save your mind games. I won't lose my sanity. If you want the mist to clear, then come in. Meet me. Whether you're the archdevil or something else entirely, I will see to your destruction. Under the cover of night, fog envelops the entire city, threatening to plunge it into a deathly silence. Only the monsters prowling through the fog break the quietness with their faint, sinister sounds. Hatred, injustice, and secrets lie concealed beneath this swirling fog. You gaze into the unfathomable mist, and the mist seems to gaze back at the aberrations within it. There we go. That weird-ass auto bug wasn't there. Also, why is the music audio so low? Yeah, it sounds muffled. Let me fix that. No, that's not it. Why is it muffled? It's weird. Let me fix the audio here. By doing this. Trigger matrix. There we go. Now it should be fine. Alright. Audio should be fine now. Breakout repeatable mode. Select different characters and breakpoint keys. Start challenges. Complete challenges to increase omniscient vision level. Enhance character stats. Reduce investigation difficulty. Complete challenge also earns you token rewards which can be redeemed. Excuse me. In the shop. Okay. Challenge Nitro Tales to earn sealed writs. Unlock subsequent stories. Okay. Word progress out of 4. So I guess all of that earlier was just prologue stuff. Let me read this again. Repeat challenges to gain resources and earn resources, gain power. Oh. Okay. I think I'll do this first just to level up. You can only do difficulty 1. Phantom Veronica. Okay, yeah, that's a little much. For every white skill used, block. I don't know what Alpha's actually capable of. Rage. Someone's block. I feel like that's more for like Gamui or something. Because he can do a block. I'll just go here. I'll refresh this one. Skill damage. This deals damage, huh? For every white skill. What constitutes as a white skill? I'll just pick the middle on this one. After the last journey, you may have noticed that different actions can affect your sanity. Each option carefully before making your choice. Last time I read the scroll, I lost sanity. I'll do the coins. Never mind, I still lose sanity. Owner of the puppet shop quietly pushes a cart filled with porcelain dolls at the dead of night, vanishing around the corner. Ask. That makes me lose sanity. Massive strange fish drifts slowly toward you on a calm river, seeking decay. Reeking of decay. Cover your nose. There we go. Struggling with difficulty 4. Than any of those 3. Interesting then. Oh. what these rewards are. Because it's not telling me what the bow... Oh, this gives me initiative. That's what they tell. Okay. Let's go initiative then. Shrill cries of countless rats echo faintly. I think we'll just observe and lose sanity. On his deathbed, the trembling asylum director presses a badge engraved with an eyeball into your palm. Take the badge, I lose hypersequence. Inspecting, I get hypersequence. Sure. After the fire, only the archive's fireproof safe survives. Open it and examine. I lose sanity. Officer inventories the unmarked package with your help, but the documents inside are obscure and indecipherable. This one gets me that seal. Oh, Jesus, I'm losing sanity. Funeral procession emerges from the thick fog. Knocking sounds can be heard from the inside the coffin. Hang on, let me remove this real quick. There we go. Now that I'm here, there's no reason to keep that there. I'm gonna have to investigate. I do want the... Just an ability upgrade option while the rest can be related to your sanity. Okay. Ooh, boy. I'm so low on sanity. I'll fight. I'll be brave. I got initiative, though. Oh, yeah, no, she's got this. Oh, the exhaustion's really hurting. Oh, wow. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. That should have been obvious. So it's fully turn-based. Fully turn-based. So you get to do your actions all the way until your exhaustion... all the way until you're exhausted. Then the enemy does it. Or whoever gets to go first. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. We already went through that. I don't know why, but the music audio always muffles itself. Autopsy report reveals that the deceased's stomach contains nothing but a set of keys. Note the key designations? There we go. What's this? Hypersequence currently low. Let's exchange. Search that. What is this? One more hyper. Here, let's do this. I can get hypersequence with this. Guard of the graveyard sits at the gate. Ask a question gives me an item. Gives me 10 initiative, more health. This one is less health, but more initiative. More initiative, huh? Let's ask a question. Yep. So, Rage and Berserk, huh? Perfect. Oh, based on initiative? Whoa. Easy or easy? That's a tough choice. So in one turn I was able to get more than half of his health. That's good. And then this determines the initiative again. Oh yeah. So it's not just whoever gets to go first. You gotta deal enough damage and have enough survivability. Knockdown. Bag full of coins lies unclaimed. Numerous rats approach, ready to make their move. Goes my sanity. Oh, it's Iron Maiden. What the hell? Baker takes the freshly baked bread out of the oven. All of it has turned into charred, twisted monster shapes. Examine it? That loses sanity. I feel like either one makes me lose sanity. Autopsy report. Key designations is safe. Deathbed, trembling asylum director. I took the badge. I didn't take the badge last time. I'll inspect it. At an auction, the fog in an oil painting of a misty forest seems to be faintly shifting as everyone watches. Tear open the canvas. Ah, sanity. Child from the orphanage hands you a puppet. Eyes are destroyed. Examine the eyes. Whoa. I lose 10 initiative, 10 hyper sequence, but more fighting will. And this one is ignite as well. I'll take this one instead. As there cracks within them, scroll and barely and some rusted coins. I'll take the coins. I lose sanity. Ragged beggar sits by the roadside, his hat containing only writhing insects. Double coin. Ask a companion. Double coin. There you go. At the black market, a grave robber peddles ancient gold coins still covered in fresh dirt. Ask a question. I lose sanity. Stands around the stage, tears apart the lavish costume, transforming into a hideous monster that lunges toward the seats below. Ooh. Let's go for it. Oh yeah, easy. Cool. The only thing left behind by the nameless dead is a diary. Every single page is covered in eerie spiral patterns. If I examine it, I finish this. There we go. I didn't lose sanity, huh? What's this? Fleshed edge. Oh, this looks like it's for her. I need more fighting will, though. That's reducing fighting will and nothing else, huh? Tempted to just refresh. When initiative is over 230, I have 235. Damage multiplier increased. I'll pick these two up. Clay tablet covered in strange writing rests in a neglected display case. Ah. They're both the same. I'll just take this. Oh, I couldn't finish that. For each white skill. Oh, do these count as white skill? Oh, they probably do. Grab this one. Grab this one, all those stats. And this one as well. That's about all. Phantom Veronica. I think I'm gonna struggle a lot going against... screw it. Hard mode. I'll be brave. Oh. Oh, but Alpha does more damage. Perfect. Veronica goes fast, though. That extra initiative. Nice. Successful counter. Free, free, and free. Ooh. Oh, sorry, I went silent for a moment. I accidentally dozed off there. Trickier than the easy one? I like to live dangerously. You feel a strange spike in the trench coat pocket. Baker's last time I examined it, let's ignore it. I still lose sanity. Yeah. Piece of evidence never seen before suddenly appears on an evidence bag in the police station. It was a strange... Ooh, that initiative. Oh, 33 initiative. Storage room of a post office. Dark green liquid slowly seeps out from an unclaimed package. File it as unclaimed property. Pocket watch makes a strange noise. After taking it apart, discover jet black hair. Yeah, close it. Ragged beggar sits outside. I dropped a coin in his hat last time. Let's ask a companion. Ooh, recovered my sanity. Admission ticket appears on your desk. Abbreviated location written on it is an underground club that seems to have never existed. Do I ignore it? Okay, either one gives me the stuff for the red. Note the info. That doesn't help. Stay cautious. Grotesque figure shatters the train window with its tentacles, trying to drag you deep into the mist outside. Fight! 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 Oh wait, no. I don't really need that reward. I'm good with sanity, honestly. Yeah, let's dodge. Ow. Miles of the orphanage are countless eyes that were drawn by children in crude, childish strokes. Touch the eyes. Ah, I managed to get it done. This one gives me something. This also gives me something. It's the same skill. In the deserted psychiatric hospital, countless scattered medical records are covered in bloodstains. Ow. It's not where the street flickers incessantly, giant monsters constantly blinking eyes. Interrupted. Okay. A lot of initiative stuff. I'll buy those. Doesn't matter, they both had it easy. Had a really long day. Long, tiring day. So yeah, I am feeling that fatigue. So I might end up accidentally dozing off here and there. Oh no, the initiative! There we go. Bloody footprints appears on the mist-shrouded street. Where the footprints end, only a blood-stained coat remains. Let's just turn to leave. Nice. Hey, Haynes. Initiative. In an alley with no exit, shadowy figure blocks your way. Go around. Face it. Inspect the strange tattoos covering the corpse in the morgue. The sheriff beside you holds out the deceased effects. Examine the effects. I lose sanity. Jewelry store brooch in the shape of a spider draws no interest. Initiative. Black market. Grave robber peddles ancient coins still covered in fresh dirt. Ask a question. Lose sanity. Owner of the publisher quietly pushes a cart filled with porcelain dolls in the dead of night, vanishing around the corner. Watch from afar? Because last time I asked. There we go. Watching from afar was safe. Man, it's a lot to go through here. What is this? It's kind of awkward. Blue and red. Cramped hotel room, grating sound of fingernail scraping coming from behind the wall. Endure silently, listen carefully. I lose sanity. Glass of a museum display case suddenly shatters, revealing rare treasures that gleam. Ignore it? Okay, I'm safe. Empty church, black cat slumbers on the abandoned altar, eyes closed. Inspect the black cat. Damn it. Is there a psychiatric? Pick up the records. Damn it. Theater boxes. Pick up a program. Damn it. My health. Give me all of these. Oh no. Oh no, yeah. Even on easy mode they have a lot of health. But I have so much more damage. Man, screw it. Hard mode. This is gonna... Okay, I got initiative. Uh-oh. Eesh. Oh. Oh no. We're so close. Oh, we're both exhausted. If I win this... Okay, there we go. Woo. Let's close. Skill dossier is full. Poise edge. Tap the portrait to clear space. They all use rage. This is countering. Confirm to autosell. Oh shit, this next one is gonna be Cradle. Dude, I need sanity. Consult companion. Oh, thank you. Evidence never seen before. Strange piece with ceiling wax. Thick fog shrouds the dock. The remains of a large, oddly shaped fish lies ashore. Yeah, consult the companion. Ah, that's nice. Open the package. Last time I filed it. Now I'm gonna open it. Ow. Of course. Close your eyes or trace the patterns. Close my eyes. Writing and lipstick marks the dust-covered makeup mirror in the theater. Wipe it away. Alright, my sanity is good. Take the coins. Subjugation. this. Right. That's not for me. Not for me. That's for me. Hmm. Oh, okay. These don't actually involve the rage or berserk stuff. Oh, this one gives me rage. This one does rage. Whatever. Stick with those two. Eyes are destroyed. More initiative. I registered and moved on. Let's scrutinize. Okay. This one gives me rage. Sure. They have a lot of health. Oh shit, I got more initiative. Oh. Oh no. We can win. Oh, damn it. There we go. More sanity, and then something with rage and berserk. Wipe away the stains. Okay. Failure. Come on. I don't know if she'll win this. No, she won't. She just had to get... She really went exhausted before the final hit. There you go. Trying to leave. Strange letter was delivered to your mailbox, instructing you to attend an appointment at a location that doesn't exist. Drink some hot tea to calm down. Sure. Store. Untitled manuscript. Lock the chains. Look at that manuscript. Procession. Let's wash the procession. Still full on stuff. Honestly, could get that out of the way, actually. It's using a counter skill. Fighting well. Alright. Gaze at the reflection in your gaze at your reflection in the puddle. You think it smiles to you. Close your eyes. Strange gray stone sculpture failed to sell at the auction. Don't take it. In an empty church, Black Cat slumbers on the abandoned altar. Call the priest. This one. Yeah, I'll go with this one. Let's see. Red stains linger on the wall of the morgue have left behind cryptic messages. Group of cultists hold hands. It gives me like a rage skill. Ah, sure. This guy's resilient. There we go. Break open the fragrant meat pie. Find pale finger bone fragments. This card. Piece it together. Piece it together. Couldn't get those done though. Counter. Huh. Yes. Oh wow, everything, almost everything is shop here too. Wish there was more room. Kind of. How do I sell this? That works. That's during knockback stuff. Okay. I'm gonna sell that. There we go. So that's rage. No. I'll just keep going with rage. So that's fine. Alright. And that. Hit the berserk, game block. That's not bad. I'll just take the health. Frickin' cradle. 16k? Oh, that fight's gonna take forever. I don't know if I want to risk it. Screw it. Hard mode. This one's gonna take a while. Oh shit. No! She had so much more health. No! What? I thought I was only gonna lose one heart. What are the rewards here? Dang it. Looking. Okay. Starts with one rage skill, or raise attack for every 60 sealed omens. Okay. Alright. Go back to their story. We'll go for Alpha first, since she's at the top of the list. Known as the Crimson Countess, she keeps secrets and an unspoken past hidden behind her eyes. No one remembers when the mist descended upon this rain-soaked metropolis, as if everyone has forgotten what sunlight looks like. Humans lose their sanity wherever the mist flows, as they glimpse otherworldly monsters that shouldn't exist and hear demonic whispers from primordial nightmares. Familiar streets have been strangely silent. Mist spreads at the docks as deep-sea creatures hundreds of meters tall reach the shore. In the city center, the clock tower is wrapped in tentacles while swarms of bat-like creatures surge from the sewers. A dark moon hangs unobscured, countless eyeballs growing across its surface. When humans gaze at the moon, the eyes gaze back. Humans whose minds collapse within these hallucinations transform into aberrant monsters in reality. Driven by a primal hunger, they endlessly and mindlessly wander. When hell stands empty and demons walk the earth, churches are overflowing with the desperate masses. The divine spirits remain silent, and their followers are like lambs born in darkness. Without proper guidance, they remain pure and innocent even when they commit sins. They keep repeating the same thing, but I guess that's preaching. Same sermon with a fresh coat of paint. That's even the point. Enough, stop talking like you were here for our faith or something. By the way, you gotta stop talking more sacred teachings. Your stigmata is turning black. Stigmata? Stigmata? Where else is there to go? The fog rolled in and shut down the docks. Now the ships are just glorified bird nests. What about minis? Almost every waitress there has been my fiance at some point. Well, and there's no need to commit if you don't tie the knot. Why not hit the black market or visit the clinic with an IV drip? What about that doctor with the wooden leg? You should chat her up more. You might score a discount on your next injection. Don't even mention that bizarre woman. She gives me the creeps. Getting involved with her is only going to get me killed and turn into a little puppet in her display case. I'll wave at you when that happens. When that happens. Or, I'll wave at you when that happens. Hey, pal. I'll even ask our dear doctor to turn you into a puppet too, so you can keep me company. How does that sound, How does that sound, pal? Prices for Phantom Dream have gone up again. Those uptown folks buy it by the crate, injecting it day and night. They won't wake up, even when their veins harden. In a big city like ours, even a nice dream comes with a hefty price tag. That's why we might as well listen to the free sacred teachings, as long as we get a jab at the end. One little prick, and whatever dream you dream is so much better than the real world. That naval battle in my last dream was absolutely thrilling, let me tell you. Alpha conceals herself among the crowd waiting for the sermon. As she hears the part about the clinic, she gently touches her blade. She doesn't appreciate how the sailors gossip about the doctor. A woman wearing a clean, simple dress leans sideways toward Alpha, cradling an infant in her arms. She occasionally rocks the swaddled baby, her face tense with worry. I live quite far from here, so I set out at dawn. Thankfully, I didn't miss anything. My child has been ill for so long, it won't get better. I heard the Holy Maiden here works miracles. A draft blows through the hall, lifting a corner of the swaddling cloth. Alpha briefly notices bare bones beneath the cloth before the woman hastily covers her child again. I am here for my family. Seeing how the woman stares at her with suspicion, Alpha elaborates. My sister suffers from an unknown affliction. I'm here to pray for her. And I thought a fine lady like yourself would be free from such troubles. Calamity follows like a shadow on the path through the rose garden of death. Be patient and never surrender, and you shall bathe in divine grace at the end. Reciting a verse from the scripture, Alpha taps her shoulders and forehead before joining her palms, having made the shape of a cross. The woman responds with the same gesture. Remembering her appointment with someone else, Alpha quietly slips away from the crowd. Avoiding the guards, she reaches the church sacristy with a few jumps. There is already a visitor inside the room. A nobleman flips through a booklet as he waits for a private audience with the Holy Maiden. This endless fog. If this were an opera, the opening number alone would be legendary. Fortunately, this is our reality, and it's absolutely dreadful. Cut to the chase and say something useful. Roland slides Alpha the booklet, which contains transcribed information about the Holy Maiden. Mia was born blind and earned her living as a laundress. She died during the plague before rising from the dead. Upon waking up, she not only regained her sight, but displayed knowledge of numerous sacred texts and performed several miracles, including healing the sick and communicating with the dead. Later, Mia underwent the church's trial, venturing alone into the mist for 7 days. After returning safely, she was officially endorsed as the Holy Maiden. Currently, she operates primarily from the church in the city, preaching salvation while performing miracles through sacred teachings. That bestow holy blessings upon the faithful. If only she were truly as miraculous as they claim. The merciful diviner never grants miracles this easily. When they do, they tend to appear amidst trickery. You talk too much. Aren't we supposed to have a friendly collegial chat? Countess? Sorry. Aren't we supposed to have a friendly collegial chat? Countess? Lady Crimson? At least tell me why you're here. As the guardian of the Crimson Countess, I'll be dragged down with you if something happens to you. He sent me to confirm whether the Holy Maiden is an aberration. Aberrations are those who travel the mist unscathed. The chroniclers call this calamity the divine punishment. Humanity is born into primordial sun with no escape, but aberrations are exempt from this fate. As the absolved, aberrations may possess great powers, or none at all. Only one aberration has been officially documented and publicly acknowledged: Countess Alpha. She earned her title Crimson through bloodshed, and only one can imagine the unspeakable carnage she has witnessed. So, is she one? Roland adjusts his cuffs with feigned indifference, his eyes fixed on the scene outside as a rare sharpness lurks behind his gaze. The Holy Maiden wears an embroidered robe so expensive that it requires 7 to 8 people just to carry its train. Meanwhile, her throne is excessively adorned with gold accessories from top to bottom. She carries herself with such practiced extravagance that it is hard to imagine that she was a laundress with roughened hands just months ago. No, she isn't. Her real name is Zoya Nevalia. No matter how many years have passed, her face and name remain etched in Alpha's memory like an inscription on a tombstone. The tombstone bears the names of two sisters, blank and blank. The inscription is blurred, visible only to those who lived through it. Hurts so much, sis. Where's Mom? I want her here. Mom is waiting for us up ahead. Be good now. We'll go find her soon. No, Mom is going to get upset and blame me. I didn't listen and did something bad. She won't want me anymore. The crimson moon hangs in the sky, but Lucia can't tell if it's reflecting the blood-stained ground or if blood has blurred her vision. You weren't orphans just a few hours ago. No matter what happens, don't come out of the closet. Don't come out of the cabinet. No, don't open the door, please. Lucia, I'm not who you remember anymore. Don't trust anyone except each other from now on. Not even Mom. Might be a trap. About to. I wished I could see you both all grown up. Don't cry, my sweet girls. Don't let them see your tears. The moments after that blur together. Sounds of laughter or slaughter continue outside as their entire world shrinks to nothing but the rhythm of each other's heartbeats. Luna has never been so quiet, her eyes shut tight and her teeth clenched to stifle any sound even as her illness flared up. Lucia doesn't know what to do, only feeling her sister's body grow increasingly limp. She is going to lose Luna at this rate, and she can't bear to lose anyone else. She has to get Luna's medicine from the living room. Lucia, where are you? Lucia? Music box, ribbon, red, brought back a gift. Medicine, take medicine. My sweet girl needs her medicine. It's Dad, sis. Dad's back. Lucia cautiously pushes the cabinet door open a crack. Their father lunges forward instantly, pressing his face against the gap to peer inside. His sharp nails wedge through, clawing at the opening as he salivates. Don't trust anyone. That thing isn't their father, but an otherworldly monster wearing his face. After somehow escaping him, they run an immeasurable distance so they can't take another step. What a pity. We're too late. Nearly everyone in this block is nearly dead. You still want to find children? Even if there are none left. They've probably mutated by now. Where would you even look? Help her, please. Help my sister. She's sick. Please save her, Mother Superior. She needs her medicine. Please help her. I'll do anything you ask. Luna is afflicted with mutism after she wakes up. Every day, she listens to her music box, as if this birthday gift provides her peace. She was supposed to start school after her scheduled surgery this fall. Only. Be honest with Mother Superior, Lucia. What really happened in the mist? Was someone helping you two? People always invade privacy under the pretense of concern, but their eyes also reveal their true intentions. I don't remember. The opportunity to live in our convent is a precious one. We only shelter children of noble character. If you keep this up, I'll have no choice but to ask Luna instead. Luna doesn't remember either. I know you both suffered greatly, but if you don't tell me what happened, I won't know how to help you. Won't you trust Mother Superior? Call me Mom if you want. You and Luna are my children in my heart. I would sacrifice everything for you both. Lucia stares into her eyes until she feels a chill creep down her spine, forcing her to back down from the confrontation. You make out now. Good girl. We're short on food. Starting today, you and Luna will receive only one meal per day. You'll also be responsible for your own chores. Yes, Mother Superior. As you wish. Good day to you. Lucia turns to leave, gripping the railing with a cold response before heading downstairs. You are not my father, nor Luna's. We had a mother, and she has gone to the beautiful kingdom of heaven. The Uno struggles to maintain her composure when the girl disappeared down the hallway. She immediately loses control, sweeping everything off the table and shattering expensive porcelain. We can no longer afford Luna's medication, so I need to find her a better place. By the Divine's grace, there happens to be a generous couple who cannot afford who cannot have children of their own. The couple came to the convent to see the children. They look like characters from a fairy tale with their blonde hair, abundant wealth, and perfect relationship. Can't lose Luna. I'll work hard, eat less. Whatever it takes. But we have no more work to give you. Will you let Luna die because of your selfishness? Sometimes letting go brings more than holding on, doesn't it, my child? Besides, Luna has already agreed. She quite likes her new parents. Perhaps Luna doesn't care for you as much as you think. You know it yourself. You're not exactly a lovable person. Hang on. Okay. I had to double check on something. Lucia's lips quiver, unable to form words. She looks away, fighting back tears. Mother Superior feels an inexplicable satisfaction. She thoroughly savors Lucia's vulnerable pain as if tasting sweet honey. She expects Lucia to yield to beg or show mercy, but the children says nothing in the end, merely bowing before walking away. The day of Luna's departure arrives. Oh, excuse me. She folds her bedding neatly and sits cradling her tiny suitcase, waiting for the car to come. The moon remains bitter and quiet like a silent mother. Before she leaves, Luna presses against her sister's back like a small animal seeking comfort. I won't be a burden anymore, sis. Don't look back at me, sis. I won't be able to let go. My heart aches knowing I'll never see you again. Don't trust anyone. Eight children, 8 gold. You brought that sickly one too? The experiments are rigorous and she won't last long. She shouldn't take up a slot. Then dispose of her here. I won't be taking her back with me. What about her sister? Why didn't you bring her? That child shows great potential. Next time. That child makes me uncomfortable. I don't want the two of them together. Better believe her sister went to a better place. She can hold on to that thought until she dies and realizes she was deceived. Wouldn't that be nicer? Wouldn't that be nice? Pathetic. Even a human disguise is excessive for someone like you. My dear colleague, I'm only delivering them here. Aren't you the ones who actually send them to their deaths? How many futures have you crushed with your own hands for that so-called grand ambition of yours? Luna won't be going with you, whatever you're doing. How did she get here? Lucia emerges from the shadows, her body covered in blood and dust. She was clinging to the vehicle, burning her hands on a ventilation pipe. When the vehicle slowed down entering the complex, she jumped off, crawling along the tire tracks and under the chain link fence. The guard dog managed to bite her foot, but it paid a much higher price. Now that you're here, there's no way out for you. They are that wealthy merchant couple. The husband raises his hunting rifle and aims it at Lucia. Either I shoot you dead, or you stay quiet and participate in our research. Lucia considers for a moment. She feels no pain, only complete and utter numbness. How much is a child worth? What price did this nun sell us for? One gold coin. 5 grams of pure gold, government minted and traceless. Give it to me. I'll charge 1 gold for both Luna and me, and I'll join your research. I came here by myself, so the money should go to me, not that woman. I only have one condition. Luna will stay with me no matter what. Sounds fair. Deal. I'm not even going to ask what kind of research it is. The husband lowers his rifle and takes a small pouch from the wife, inside of which are gold pieces that resemble full moons. He weighs them briefly before selecting a relatively good one and placing it in Lucia's palm. So this is the blood money Luna and I are worth. It's quite beautiful. It's alright. I can pry it from your corpse after you're dead. That should be my line to you. Tell me your name. I want your real name, Mother Superior. Zoya Nevalia. Remember it well, you mongrel. Very well, Zoya Nevalia. We've traded our lives with blood and gold. I swear I'll cash in this gold for your life one day. Then we'll be square for your sin of trying to harm my sister. Will I get you into trouble if I kill someone in front of the church? Be honest. Do you really care whether I live or die, Alpha? Just like I don't care about whether that woman downstairs is the Holy Maiden or not. Oh, wait, what? What happened? Sorry. Did I read that wrong? Jeez. This is what fatigue does to you. I'll be honest with you, for the past hour, this wave of fatigue is constantly hitting me. I am trying so hard to not doze off right now. Like I said, it's been a long day for me. Ugh. Chances are that I might actually end up ending the stream at an earlier time, just so I can rest for today. So I think what I'll do is I'll go through this story dialogue here. Maybe play a bit more of this. Just do the combat or go through the gameplay stuff. And then maybe call it a day. But who knows? So far it's only been 2.5 hours. So maybe at around the 3-hour mark I'll actually be done for today. Again, so I can rest up. Just like I don't care whether that woman downstairs is the Holy Maiden, an imposter, or an aberration. She could be anything or she could be nothing. What matters is that when the chips are down, there's still only one aberration, and she's allied with me. That's the best play. If aberrations were handed out like rations, how would I be any different from a police commissioner? So no, there won't be any trouble. Not at all. I'd be delighted if you could kill her. As for why you do it, I couldn't care less. Every conversation with you gives me new insights into the noble houses. Don't be like that, Alpha. Think of your title. You're one of us now. As long as we're allies, you need to concern yourself with these convoluted power struggles. Even your occasional killings will be cleaned up for you. The fog finally lifts. I hope you won't be the first to send me to the gallows. You'll see, Alpha. Time will prove that I am a far more loyal ally than you expect. Venture forth. Alright. Hyper sequence. Do those two. Tail progress. Light flickers around a white marble statue of the Holy Maiden. Continue. Pure Holy Mother, so the statue gazes down with lowered eyes, watching everything, watching you. A faint smile seems to rest on her stone face. Continue. Suddenly, eerie crimson trails begin to run for the Holy Mother statue's eyes. Keep my distance. You look away from the Holy Maiden's statue and notice a black-robed figure nearby as if appeared out of thin air. Why not show your devotion? The black-robed assistant slowly approaches, his voice flat and lifeless. He says nothing more. His withered hands reach toward you, holding out the chalice. Strange insects writhe in the scarlet liquid, giving off a sweet, bloody smell. Ugh. Refuse. The candlelight flame trembles almost imperceptibly, and the shadows on the altar flicker with it. As the light and shadows shift, you realize the black-robed figure has vanished without you noticing. You look down and find the chalice before you has been empty all along. In the corner, a spider ceaselessly weaves its web, and the pattern woven into it appears to resemble some kind of strange writing. A strange glow emanates from the dried well, faint metallic glimmers. Let's touch the metal. Ow. Alcohol, liquid, wine glass turns into blood, strange sediment. Okay. Smell of the liquid. Ow. Mission ticket. Note the information. Okay. Hyper sequence. That'd be nice. Go with those two. Link on the wall. Wipe away the stains. Reflection in the puddle. You think you see it smiling at you. That would genuinely freak me out if that happened. Gaze at your reflection. Ow. Widely stare at the yellow group photo in the photography. Faces in the photo are blacked out. Resist the strange events around you. Expressionless attendants stand in your way, cold light glinting from their weapons. You say nothing but silently block your path to the Holy Maiden. Why me? I'll do easy mode. Pretend to show devotion. Guess there's no... Okay. Holy Maiden Mia. Their authority as a countess, Alpha bypasses all barriers and arrives directly before the Holy Maiden. As the countess kneels and prays for a swift vengeance, she feels her scabbard grow increasingly hot. Her blade has always resonated with her murderous intent. Whatever wish you have, you may confide in Mother Superior, my child. Alpha's shoulders tremble as she clutches her stomach as if in pain. Yet her unrestrained laughter echoes all the way to the vaulted ceiling. I wish for your death. Zoya Navalia, I wish for your death. My dear, she's been possessed by demons. The Holy Maiden remains composed upon hearing her name, raising her sacred relic in self-defense as her disciples rush forward. As her cloak slips from her shoulders, Alpha looks up, their mismatched eyes gleaming like gems, blood red. Rosy dim light seeps from her bestial horns, white hair curling like flames at its crimson-tinged tips. Oh, my Countess, it's you. I should not be passing judgment upon you here, but alas, your soul is too heavy, deeply entwined with evil. Light emanates from the second relic as wind sweeps through the chamber, Mia's dress billows, the chandeliers sway, and the piano plays spontaneously. Doors and windows shut, the distant wails of an infant echoing. In the name of the divine, I command you to say the demon's name, so that it may be cast out. Zoya Navalia, caught stealing at 13 by her parents and confined to the attic. She set fire to the house in the dead of night. After escaping, she feigned amnesia. To live in a convent. By the essence of the divine, I command you to say the demon's name so that you may be forgiven. Zoya Navalia falsified the ledgers of her convent for profit at 19, then framed the abbot when discovered. The abbot, disgraced and desperate during the investigation, took his own life. Zoya fled. With a cold sneer, the Holy Maiden presses her sacred relic against Alpha's spine, triggering a mechanism that drives a needle deep into her flesh. As the serum flows in, Alpha thrashes wildly like a wild beast. Or feral beast. Same thing. Alpha collapses to the floor, limp and helpless, encircled in golden light, like a sacrificial offering, a lily or a lamb awaiting slaughter. By the grace of the divine, I attest that she is beyond redemption. Only the purification of fire can reveal her soul, or cleanse her soul. Once the woman before the Holy Maiden vanishes, her secrets will be secrets again. If necessary, everyone else in the hall can just join the Countess in death. Before lighting the fire, the Holy Maiden leans down to whisper, her voice as hoarse and menacing as a venomous snake, flicking its tongue. You deserve to die. Just like my parents who were too poor to buy me new clothes, that abbot who couldn't look me in the eye, and those investigators with their endless questions about my business. Why do troublemakers like you keep showing up in my life? I don't enjoy getting my hands dirty, you know, but you all leave me no choice. See that deity behind me? He's always on our side. I always get away, no matter how dangerous the situation. If I pray, the divine will answer. No, I forbid it. Alpha opens her eyes, her blade pressed against the Holy Maiden's chest. That pathetic serum never posed any threat. The Countess has already been acting to draw out the Holy Maiden's confession. Alpha wants to hear the sinner admit her sin. Yeah. I forbid the divine to show you mercy. The Holy Maiden retreats, but the Countess pins her dress to the floor. Desperate, she tears away her ropes to escape, revealing her true form. Half her body is covered in writhing vines. Screams erupt through the hall as the crowd frantically rushes toward the exit. The faithful disciples close the doors, preventing anyone from escaping. The Holy Maiden uses her vines to scale the wall in an attempt to flee, but the Countess pursues relentlessly, severing branches and cutting off every escape route. Why won't you stop hunting me? Aren't we monsters and aberrations more alike compared to humans? The Countess does not answer. Leaping into the air, she drives her blade through the Holy Maiden's heart, pinning Mia firmly to the wall. You think the people down here will thank you for killing me? No, they only despise you more. They'll only despise you more. Then they'll fear you and resent you for destroying another safe haven they clung to. They embrace a false saint, yet eject true heroes. I offer them the slightest pleasure, and they surrendered everything with both hands. That's humanity. Die. Your sins are yours alone, and the only one who has to come to pass judgment upon you is me. Countess pulls a gold coin from her collar and bites her lip to draw blood, marking the coin with it. She places the bloody coin on the Holy Maiden's forehead. The false-hating maiden's breath quickens at the sight of the coin. Today's reckoning was ordained long ago, and there is no escape. As her death draws near, Zoya finally remembers that name. Lucy. The unfinished names dissolve into parts as the Holy Maiden's throat constricts, the pooling blood inside beginning to suffocate her. Alpha. My name is Alpha. We've traded our lives with blood and gold. I, Alpha, pass judgment upon you. Go to hell, Zoya Navalia. Arrested for fraud at 24, she began serving an organization after prison, using her position as Mother Superior to lure and capture children for the Aberration Project. 943 children, most of whom did not survive. The youngest one was barely 1 year old, and the oldest not yet 14. The essence of the research is to throw human children into the mist. The children would transform in excruciating agony, with only a handful of them displaying slightly higher resistances. These children would be subject to further tests until they evolved into monsters that retained human cognition, also known as aberrations. Blood filtering was what the organization called these experiments. I wonder if those who passed the filtering are... I wonder if they're doing that now. Hey, hang on. I often wonder if those who passed the filtering were ascended humans or fallen monsters. They were monsters. Now I see with perfect clarity. Those who presume to wield divine power will only ever create flawed imitations. Mother Superior, didn't you love making those orphans call you mom? All while you were piling up gold with their lives. Go see your beloved children now. Go feed them in hell. Those burning souls are crawling over to claim a kiss from you. They're crying. Can you hear them? Alva slowly withdraws her blade, but silk threads spill out in silk blood. As she looks on in confusion, tree vines suddenly emerge behind her. The branches charge in unison, lunging for the Countess's heart. By the time she notices the branches are nearly at her face, she tries to dodge, but the vines manage to pierce her shoulder. The situation worsens suddenly. In response, Alpha thrusts her blade into her shoulder, severing the vines. Tearing open a bottle of alcohol with her teeth, she leaps backward and withdraws her blade. Amber alcohol flows across the battlefield from her leaps. Branches thrash wildly in the air, desperately seeking Alpha's shadow, but she moves too quickly for them to catch. After landing safely, Alpha picks up a lamp and ignites the curtains. Fire spreads the stars across the sky, quickly forming a chain that reaches the oops. Oh no. Oh man, I accidentally pressed. Yo, wait, I think I know what it is. No. Dang it. Freaking auto mode again. I can't turn it off now. There's no way to turn it off. Great. I have to... The only... my only other choice is to completely skip it and then reread. Or not reread, but... Man. I don't know. I don't know why this won't turn off. Okay, there we go. Oh, so that's what it was. It's holding down the space bar. Okay, where was I on this? She killed the Holy Maiden. This is blasphemy. Disciples lunge at Alpha, their movements shifting from running to crawling. Their bodies stiffen, their gazes turn vacant, and, without warning, they mutate from humans into beasts. Mist creatures. These cultists are mist creatures. They've mutated. What the hell? But there's no fog around. Run, goddammit. Though dangerous, the disciples are thankfully few in number. The crowd gradually gathers behind the Countess as they escape. Take the side door. There are no disciples there. The fire continues to burn, the suffocating heat bearing down and driving the crowd to sprint toward the door again and again. When the iron door finally bursts open, people pour out in a desperate flood. In the chaos, a woman falls, her infant remains scattering across the ground. She crawls on the floor, desperately trying to gather the bones. Stop! Don't step on my baby! She's crying! Can't you bastards hear her? The Holy Maiden said. At the mention of the Holy Maiden, the woman seems to notice something. Her gaze shifts to the swarming crowd, to the crawling disciples, to the burning tree-shaped mist creature. This frenzied world verges on the edge of spiritual sight. The woman stares blankly as a stranger drags her away by the arm. Oh. Do these? Continue. Sounds more like a heartbeat. Feels less like a prayer room, more like a belly of some monster. Sanity goes down. Huge fat silver vessel filled to the brim with clear water. As drawn near, still water begins to churn. As the ripples spread, patterns like eyes begin to appear on the water. Missing sailor. Photo with the face cut out is tucked behind the diary. There we go. Oh wow, that's a lot of sanity. There we go. Good lord. Really having a tough time. I not do because I have too much. Sorry, give me a moment. I wanted to close my eyes for a little while. I'm really struggling to stay up. God, man. It's such a busy day. Feeling tired because of it. So I'm half focused right now. So I'm gonna fumble. I'm probably gonna fumble my words more often than usual. Ugh. But yeah, we'll go through this stuff. Go through whatever dialogue is left in this first part of Alpha's story, and then I will probably call it a night. Call it off earlier, super early, so I can rest a lot. So I can rest some more. Cause, so tired, super tired. All right. Let's see. Refresh. Ah man, none of these. I'll take those two. Barbershop, jet black hair like twisted limbs. Reach out, touch the strands. Turn on leaf. Sheets of an empty bed, hospital, red bloodstains. What? That made me lose sanity. Bloody smell. Strange sediment. Touch the sediment. Fuck. No one knows when the mail carrier stopped going to the mailbox at the street corner. Letters continue to spill from it like snowflakes. Collect the letters? There we go. Alright, so this one doesn't matter. You lose sanity either way. I'll go with this one since it's the only thing that gets me the material. Fortune teller grabs you to the street corner, keeps repeating a prophecy about the approaching mist. Listen intently. There goes sanity. My housekeeper on a remote island has mysteriously vanished, leaving behind a diary filled with writings on the fear of the deep sea. Seal it. Empty church, black cat. Inspect. There we go. Oh, these two together. Let's see you approach black market merchant selling potions, strange potions. Cloak tight, hurries away, leaving behind a singular potion. I'll do this one. Strange writing and lipstick marks the dust-covered makeup mirror in the theater. In an alley in the slums, dark stains seeping off the wall seem to resemble some form of familiar writing. This game mode feels more like Bloodborne than Cursed Waves does. Because the only thing Cursed Waves had that was like anywhere remotely close to Bloodborne was just the whole insight mechanic thing. But this one's definitely way more Bloodborne-y. Because it really delves into the whole fear of the unknown, fear of the deep sea, and madness, and all that stuff. And then earlier, Veronica mentioned the whispers of the Elder God. That's a Lovecraftian thing. And Bloodborne is heavily heavily influenced by like Lovecraftian work. Could buy those, just to upgrade. Alright. Easy mode. Oh, what? I get more initiative? There we go. As Alpha kicks the last disciple back into the church, the crowd surges forward together to close the cast iron gates. The Countess slowly slides down against the door and sits. Exhaustion from overexertion brings with it an intense hunger. She needs blood. Vast amounts of fresh, corrupted blood. This artificial aberration body runs untainted blood as fuel. A crying child. For divine's sake, open your eyes. Your child is already... Stop it. It's too cruel for a mother to hear. Faint cries of children echo from the cemetery. A woman, having just narrowly escaped death, rushes toward it, with the crowd following close behind. Cradles scatter throughout the cemetery. Children around 3 to 4 are held within these makeshift cribs that have been converted from animal cages, all reaching out their arms and begging to be held. Only these children didn't have serpentine eyes and weep tears of blood. They've long been infected by the mist, somehow kept alive until now by unknown caretakers. The woman, now delirious, unfastens her clothing and stumbles forward, instinctively wanting to nurse the children. The children swarm toward their mother, hungry not for milk, but for blood. Alpha lunges forward, shielding the woman with her own body. The infants swarm onto the Countess instead, bearing razor-sharp teeth as they begin to gnaw at her flesh. Sorry, but I'm not ready to die yet. The Countess clutches her heart, forcing her blood to flow in reverse. White flames sweep across her body, igniting her blood. A moment later, she throws her head back and lets out an agonized howl. Alpha is burning her own blood to generate power, which neither blood liquor nor reinforcements, or with neither. This is her only way to continue the fight. Her bones transmute to metal, her flesh cracking and transforming into armored plates. As her veins bulge and her senses sharpen, Alpha reveals for the first time her demonic form, or perhaps her true form. The crowd forgets to flee, watching as Alpha shields the woman. Only her bestial horns and white hair remind them of her true identity. Shall we intervene now? No, wait a little longer. Our ammunition is limited. We need to make every shot count. Okay, thanks, Revenge. This is your first time seeing Crimson's true form, isn't it? Yes, Captain. The first time I saw it was 6 years ago, during a battle in the mist. Shortly after she became the Countess. It was quite perilous back then as well. Because when I thought I would die in the line of duty, she revealed this powerful, pompous form and turned a defensive battle into a grotesque spectacle of slaughter. On that day, I began preparing these special bullets. I knew that we would need them someday. These strange silver bullets are capable of annihilating aberrations. Each of them costs a small fortune. She's too powerful, so much so that it instills fear in one's heart. Our city's future must hang by the whim of an aberration, that we have no future at all. Let's make our move now. Right as she repels the final wave of attacks, Alpha notices reinforcements are marching for the force. They approach with guns in hand, their determination unwavering. Silver bullets rain down with surgical precision, clearly the result of countless drills. Striking her joints and vital organs, the shells spread a specialized toxin through her, and she collapses as if struck by lightning. By the authority of the Crime Investigation Department, we're here to place you under arrest. According to our reports, you've committed 3 major crimes that severely threaten the security of our city. We've deployed Machine Gun Corps 1, 2, and 4 to conduct this arrest. Lady Alpha, we're going to proceed with your immediate detention. Do you have any objections? Don't trust anyone. Due to the urgency of this matter and the special status of our defendant, this court has convened a public trial of the Aberration Alpha to prevent unrest and speculation among the citizens of our city. Virtue of our laws lies in this. Within our jurisdiction, we judge and assign appropriate sentence only by one's actions, disregarding their origin or species. Alpha's first sin is bloodlust. 6 years ago, the Red Glove murders drew police attention when the perpetrator killed multiple young women using the same method. All victims died from having their torsos cut open and being bled dry. Their organs were removed afterward, leaving only their heart and their left hand before their chest, while their right hand made a hush gesture. Dang. Only one survivor escaped. According to her, the killer was clad in black with exposed arms stained with the victim's blood, akin to wearing red gloves. The court reasonably suspects that the perpetrator is Countess Alpha. The court now calls the survivor, Madame Eva, to take the stand. Please swear by the legal codex that your forthcoming testimony will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Hang on a second. I'm gonna BRB. name is Eva Orpheus. I hereby testify under oath that while Alpha is indeed guilty of multiple crimes, she is not the perpetrator of this case. Rather, she is connected to the massacre of the Orpheus family. Court erupts in commotion. The Orpheus name belongs to the centuries-old Iris clan that was one of the 4 founding families of the city, which was mysteriously massacred years ago. This is certainly a plot twist. I was separated from my family during a missed incident when I was 6, and a tavern owner who brewed and sold alcohol took me in. Yes, she was bootlegging, but her illicit business kept many homeless women alive. Many women in perilous situations exist in this city. The abandoned, the disabled, the widowed. They would gather with their mead, living and laughing for a while, until one day the tavern was destroyed. The Orpheus family orchestrated the raid because the bootlegging affected their profits. I resembled my mother, so my father recognized me in the chaos, but he ordered his men to dispose of me rather than acknowledging me. A lowly tavern maidservant couldn't be a scion of his family. The infamous Red Glove murders were to eliminate any possibility of the truth leaking out. Somehow, I managed to escape, and that's when I met Alpha. I asked her to carry out justice. For every maidservant who died, the family should spill an equal amount of their golden blood. This is a bottle of mead I've treasured and an ingredient in the blood liquor consumed by the Countess. Please, everyone, taste the flavor of the honey wine mingled with blood and sin. Eva removes her veil in court, and the attendees gasp. The young woman's face is covered in centipede-like scars, yet one can still discern a striking resemblance to a certain lady of the Orpheus family. The family ordered their assassin to destroy my face, though he needed to switch blades before slitting my throat. Feigning death, I seized the opportunity and rolled into the city moat. That is how I survived. You may leave, madam. You were fortunate to survive the murder attempt. Yet you couldn't escape unscathed from your anger. The Orpheus family is standing in society's ends today. I wonder if that was also part of your plan. Alpha's second sin is greed. 4 years ago, the wealthy merchant Wayne was kidnapped and held in a private prison, tortured by thugs. Every day they forced him to choose between his gold and his family. About a month later, he was released, alongside his family and friends who had witnessed the entire ordeal, yet remained completely unharmed. Wayne died in poverty, abandoned by everyone he knew, yet the infrastructure he funded, including streetlights, drainage systems, and the walls resisting the mist, continues to serve the city to this day. Alpha, I wish to ask if you feel even a moment of regret for destroying Mr. Wayne's life merely for your amusement in this cruel prank you masterminded. Will the witness Doyle please come forward? He was the coachman present when Master Wayne was kidnapped. Let us listen to the testimony of this law-abiding citizen. Almost half the city worked for Wayne, so he played the role of an invisible deity in a sense. God, why did he have to turn out like that? Wayne's daughter was getting married that year. To fund the extravagant wedding, he instructed his suppliers to sabotage the walls, allowing just enough mist in to destroy the farms, but not enough to implicate him. Young Alpha's father refused him, but plenty of others were happy to do it instead. They just didn't sabotage the areas Wayne marked, but our own community as well, all because someone dared to defy him. Many people died miserably. The results? Less food, less land, less labor. Meanwhile, Wayne made a fortune from the food and alcohol he had hoarded in advance. While Wayne's daughter celebrated her 7th-day wedding, I was burying my family, and Alpha entered a convent. The day the truth came to light, we set our plan for revenge in motion. When we kidnapped him, Alpha and I made a pact that if Wayne ever made the right choice, we would set him free. We questioned him repeatedly for an entire month, but not once did he choose other people. Only at the very end, when he had to choose between his life or his gold, did he choose himself. The way I see it, both Wayne and I have paid for our sins. Let the Divine have the final word. But you have no right to judge young Alpha. Even if she is guilty, she is no more sinful than anyone present in this court. Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Doyle. We will take your testimony into full consideration. Someone get me some smelling salts. I feel lightheaded. Barely breathe. Final case today is the church incident. The procedure shouldn't take long. However, I'm certain how today's proceedings should conclude, Your Honor. Me neither. I suppose we need only move forward and the outcome will reveal itself. The church incident that occurred today was witnessed by many. Alpha executed the false holy maiden Mia out of revenge. She was then apprehended in the church courtyard for murder. I won't repeat the details. This court especially calls attention to the fact that Alpha is no ordinary human. Though once human, she is now an aberration who must constantly consume blood and blood liquor to maintain her supernatural abilities. Though the infants were infected by the mist, the possibility of them surviving or being restored isn't medically included or concluded. Alpha repeatedly delivered death sentences preemptively, likely to destroy her own cravings. Therefore, Alpha's final sin is gluttony. Will the Countess's guarantor and witness please approach the court? Hello, ma'am. During the bloody incident at the cemetery this afternoon, you and the Countess were the ones closest to the scene. Please speak frankly and tell us what you have witnessed. There were children crying, and they looked hungry, so I approached them, wanting to feed them. Alpha stood in front of me and protected me. Those children bit her and drew blood, and they wouldn't let go. They were like rabid dogs. I've heard that your own child has some health issues as well. Is she doing well now? She's fine. She's slowly getting better, and she'll fully recover soon. But everyone present saw that your child was clearly already dead. What you've been holding in your arms all this time is... No, my child's not dead. She's fine. She's just very weak. So she's light and gets cold easily. I've been holding her close. She's such a good girl. Oh. Oops. There goes that zoning out. Or not zoning out. There goes that dozing moment. I dozed off there and I said something completely different from the actual line. No, my child's not dead. She's fine. She's just very weak. She's light and gets cold easily. So I've been holding her close. Oh, she's such a quiet, well-behaved child. Then please show her to us, ma'am. As you know, a witness must be of sound mind. Otherwise, the credibility of their testimony is severely diminished. I promise you it's safe here. Just one look. That's enough, Lord Roland. Please escort this mother out. Thank you for your courage and testimony, ma'am. You've gone too far. What are you trying to really get at? How much more will you hurt this mother just to get the answer you want? That's exactly what I wanted to ask you, Judge. How much longer will you twist the facts just to get the answer you want? I admit, the charges against the Countess simply don't stand, whichever way we took them, or look at them. The judge waves his hand, signaling the crowd to step back and clear the center. As the blackout cover is removed, it reveals Alpha underneath, barely alive and bound in iron chains. She has been listening to the entire trial, yet she has remained silent throughout. The judge raises his hand again, and the machine gun corps opens fire on Alpha once more. To survive in her critical state, she writhes wildly in her underground cell and imitates her second bestial transformation. The scene of a human transforming into a monster renders everyone silent. The sight, previously confined to imagination and stories, cannot be easily erased from memory. Lord Roland, this is her crime, her original sin, being an aberration. Can you guarantee she will always remain loyal to humanity? Can you guarantee she won't descend into monstrosity? Can you guarantee she will never harbor ambitions of her own? I'm not here to defend Alpha, but shall we simply bare our throats when the mist approaches again? If we can eliminate an aberration, we can face even greater calamities head on. Now I place the choice in everyone's hand. If even one person speaks out in protest, I will declare her innocent and release her on the spot. We stand here today to uphold what is righteous and just. I am ashamed of my choice, but I must do what is right for the future of all. And Alpha sends that to the gallows. And send Alpha to the gallows. If I shall carry this guilt for the rest of my life, so be it. What is righteous or just? Only time will tell. Let us proceed with the judgment. Everyone present has the same right to render their verdict, so is Alpha guilty? Is Alpha guilty? All right. Tally that up. Okay. It's only been 3 hours here, but as I said multiple times, I've had a really long day. I woke up at like 6 a.m. I had an appointment at 10 a.m. and that appointment went on for like 4 hours. And after those 4 hours, I went to spend time with some friends at a gathering and spent time with them for another 4 hours as well. So nearly half of the day I spent geez, I can't even think straight anymore. Sorry, I'm really sorry. Nearly half of the day was just me being out and about. And now all that energy has been exhausted and I'm feeling the the result of that. So unfortunately, I think I'm just gonna finish it off here, 3 hours. And I think what I'll do too, like off stream, is I'm going to reread the stuff I've gone through here on the story, because like half of it I dozed off, and just in case people want to think otherwise, I am tired. I am exhausted. The story isn't boring at all. I find it interesting. I really do. But it's hard for me to focus if I'm feeling this tired, this exhausted. So I'll just finish it off here for tonight. Shorter than usual stream, but 100% I want to focus more on just my own personal self here rather than just on the whole streaming thing. But I do apologize if it's like I do apologize for one, a really late start to the stream, like a 40-minute late start. Two, the stream being ending super soon here. And three, because of my exhaustion, it kind of seems like how do I say this? Because of my lack of energy right now, it feels like I'm not doing super great with this stream, as in like it's probably not super like entertaining for anyone to be listening or watching right now. So I do apologize if that is the case. I apologize for the late start. I apologize for, constantly dozing off in the middle and during the stream, throughout the stream. And I'm sorry if the, I guess, quality isn't as great because of my exhaustion. I do apologize. So hopefully next week I won't have to feel like this again. Hopefully. I'm gonna need to have a lot of like caffeine or something just to help keep me awake. But see what happens here. Anyway, I'll finish it off for tonight here. Not a whole lot done today, and because of how exhausted I am right now, I'm not able to remember a lot of the details in the Shrouded Requiem story, which is again why I said like off stream I'll reread those nodes while I'm awake, so I know, so I can be properly in the know for the story here. Also, one thing about the Shrouded Requiem mode, and this is just more so as a bug here, for some reason every time it just audio just gets muffled all the time, and when you go into like the gameplay of it, it always muffles the audio. Anyway, I'll finish it off here for tonight. Sorry for all the nonsense that happened. Late start, dozing off a lot, and then early and shorter than usual stream, and possibly not as good as a watch. All right. Anyways, that's it for me for tonight. Thanks for watching. Thank you for chilling with me. Thank you for chatting with me. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you're in the world. Take care, stay safe, drink plenty of water. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And I'll see you next week. Or, I don't know. Friday, not sure what I'll do. But Saturday will be PGR. Yeah. Alright. Again, thank you for watching, and again, I hope you just enjoyed the stream. Have a good rest of your weekend. Thank you. I'm going to lie down. Bye-bye.